What is up, guys, and welcome back for another Diablo 3 set dungeon guide. We're going to be going over the monk, Uliana's Stratagem. I'm going to go over the skills, Paragon, the cube, gear, location, and then also just the route you should take and just kind of pointers as I commentary over my mastery run. Alright, so starting with location, pretty simple to get to. All you're going to do is go to Act 5 and go to the Survivors Enclave. And then once you get here, just pop right up over here past all of these NPCs, and you're going to look at this Zakaroom's Cathedral. And if you go all the way in here, and if you're wearing the 6-piece set bonus, this will appear right here. Alright, going over the objectives for Uliana's Stratagem. The primary objectives here are simultaneously explode 15 enemies marked with Exploding Palm 4 different times, take no fire damage for the duration of the dungeon, and then for mastery, which is what we're going for, complete both objectives and kill all the monsters within the time limit. Okay, starting off with the gear, we're going to be using every piece except for the headpiece for Uliana's. For our headpiece, we actually want to be using Leoric's Crown because we want to be doubling our CDR, which is why we'll have a diamond in there. Also put diamond in your chest and in your pants for just survivability. Your amulet is going to be the Star of Alcarnith or whatever. This is going to prevent all fire damage, so you don't have to worry about anything in there. None of the fire traps, none of the flame tables, nothing. And all of the elites have like fire damage too, but we're not going to worry about it. And then for this legendary gem, this is Molten Wildebeest's Gizzard. You're going to regenerate life per second and not taking damage for 4 seconds. You gain an Absorb Shield. Survivability, really. One of your rings is going to be the Band of Rue Chambers with a Go-Goth of Swiftness for attack speed and cooldown reduction. And then your other ring is going to be Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, also for cooldown reduction, and with Esoteric Alteration, which is going to give you non-physical damage reduction. And also while below 50% life, your resistances to cold and all that stuff is up 75%. For your belt, we're going to be using a Vigilante belt for the cooldown reduction. And then for your weapons, Ingium, which will help with cooldown. See where we're going here. And then also your other weapon is the Fist of Az, which is Exploding Palms on Death Explosion will increase by, whatever yours rolls for, and go up to 500%. Same with Gundo gear as far as your bracers. Exploding Palms on Death Explosion applies Exploding Palm. Kind of, a loosely based Exploding Palm build here. Now going over your Paragon, if you're over 800, all these tabs are going to be completely maxed out, and obviously it's going to go into Dexterity, into Movement Speed. If you're below 800, then you want to prioritize cooldown reduction, some crit, and then also Resist All and Life and all that stuff. And then a Core tab, Movement Speed, and Dexterity. Now you want to be able to keep your damage anywhere between 300 to 400,000. You do not want your Cyclone Strike or your 7-sided strike to really kill things when you're trying to group guys up. So try to tone down your damage as much as possible. That's why we're not using emerald in our weapon, and also why we're not using any emeralds in our gear. If you do have a problem with one-shotting guys or killing guys before you can actually get the Exploding Palms applied and exploded, then obviously back out any offensive, crit, attack speed, maybe even area damage and stuff like that from your Paragon, or start rolling off, some crit for cooldown. Now for this, I actually have 56% cooldown reduction, so that's kind of where you want to be at to make it really, really efficient. And now going on to the skills, we're going to be using Way of 100 Fists with Blazing Fist, 7-sided Strike with Sustained Attack, Cyclone Strike with Implosion, Dashing Strike with Way of the Fallen Star, Exploding Palm for Strong Spirit, and then Epiphany with Insight. Your passives will be Fleet-Footed, Beacon of Eater, Mythic Rhythm, and then Exalted Soul. We're going to be using Way of 100 Fists. On the third attack, it's going to apply, it's like a mass apply, the Exploding Palm. So Cyclone Strike to kind of group guys up. So you'll hit a Cyclone Strike, and then you'll dash out just to the outward edge of the group you just got, and you kind of drag guys with you and just kind of collect bigger dudes. And then 7-sided Strike for taking down elites and stuff like that. It also helps whenever you actually use Way of 100 Fist, apply all the Exploding Palms, hit 7-sided Strike, and everything will just kind of blow up. Epiphany. Obviously, Epiphany is a really popular skill for monks in general. It'll increase your spirit regeneration and enabling your melee attacks to instantly dash you to the target, which will help you kind of get around. Bleed Foot is going to increase your movement speed. Beacon of Users, cooldown, and Mythic Rhythm is the third hit from your generator, increases damage of your next spender. And Exalted is maximum spirit by 50, increases the regeneration and all that good stuff. Alright guys, so this is the map portion, right? There is kind of a route you want to follow. The mobs are very RNG based on their placement, so it might take a couple of runs to kind of get a good density and grouping and stuff like that. But if you stick to this route that I'm going to show you, it'll actually increase your chances of success. So you come in over here. You want to make your way, obviously you have only one way to go. You want to make your way down to here. At this 4-way position here, you actually want to hook it and go this way. And we're going to weave through this, right? So you come over here, go all the way up. Make sure you clear everything, even single target, all the way up here. And then obviously you're going to come up here. You can't go anywhere else. You're going to come all the way down. Instead of going this way, come all the way back down to this 4-way and then finish it off coming all the way back up here. If you still have a couple of stragglers left, you'll probably have them in here. There's usually, in the runs that I did, there's not very many mobs in these flame pits right here to worry about. But you also want to be checking all your corners as you go up, because they're going to be single target guys or just single guys just kind of hanging around in corners that you might not see right offhand. Alright, now just going over the commentary, I'll just show you my mastery run, kind of just give you some pointers here. Just following the route that I showed in the map portion, that's going to be your best bet. And just killing everything as you go is really, really important. Now, the rotation for this is pretty simple. You're going to be just like walking up to a target, wave 100 fists until you see the exploding palm, and then you're going to hit 7-sided strike. When you're grouping up guys, you're going to use dashing strike to kind of move around, group bigger guys. It's better to like pull more guys than less. Like right there, I pulled 14 instead of 15. But there are going to be situations where there's just one mob, like this right here, like one mob just like standing there in a room by itself. So you can't really waste a whole lot of time trying to group them up, because you will run pretty close to time. It's not necessarily a small dungeon. Just like these guys here, there's some in each room. This is me attempting to like kind of pull them out into the center and hopefully get a 15 hit on them. As you can see, I'm going to attempt it here. This other guy kind of walks in. You're going to be bouncing around on life too. Did I even? Yeah, that was exactly 15. So you can see this is going to be kind of RNG based. It might take you a couple of tries, and it's not necessarily, if you're just basically trying to get a good combination of groups. Because I have been in runs where everything is so spread out, it's absolutely obnoxious and it's almost impossible to get them grouped up. But just keep trying. You're going to get good RNG. Like this situation here, you can group these two guys together and you'll get 15 if you get them all kind of stacked on each other. So you just let them, like, they're skeletons, they're slow moving, so you have to just utilize it the best you can. Yeah, it ended up being 16. There's a ton of guys in this room too, which I really lucked out with. Grab them all in there, exploding palm. Boom. I think it's like 28 guys. Yeah. And then just take this guy down. You will literally come down to like pretty much the last guy in this. I had like 30 seconds at the end of this to find one dude. So it's very, very important just to go into all these small rooms. Like this is one dude in one room. One guy over here, and you just got to make sure you are killing everything, because you could have a really good run and have one dude left on the opposite side of the dungeon, and it can completely screw you over. All right, and that was number 5. It was the 5th one. First objective complete. Now we're just going to kind of turn up the speed a little bit and just try to kill things as fast as possible. Now, you might think that like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, it's quite a bit of time to kill like 72 dudes. But they're so spread out. I can't even stress that. They're so spread out. It's obnoxious. And you don't always have dashing strike charges. Sometimes you'll luck out and you'll have like 2, and you can connect another set of guys. But for the most part, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be running and then killing one dude, pulling another dude, killing him, killing one more guy, and then you might find a group of like 5 guys. You'll get them. Just get really quick at wave 100 fist, apply exploding palm, 7-sided strike, and then move. Right. That's really gonna help. Just do that for the overall play of the dungeon. It'll help overall with saving time. See, like this big room, the room in the crossroad room, I guess you could say, that one guy that's left up there that you see, he's the one guy I had to go back all the way to and take down. But I was mainly testing to see if it was actually, the objective was to kill everything or just to kill the certain number of guys. But I'm pretty sure it's like, they might as well just say kill everything in the dungeon. See here? Yep. Just take those guys down. If you ever have a problem, like some of these like single target guys are just kind of like spaced out down a hallway like that, just pop a Epiphany and then use a wave 100 fist to kind of like port. It might actually save you some time too. It's not a difficult build or rotation. You're using essentially 2 abilities, 3 abilities. Exploding Palm is pretty much on your bar just so you can have the rune for it, so that when Gundo Gear and all that stuff applies it, and when Wave of 100 Fists applies it, you get that choice rune applied on that effect. So we're not actually using the Exploding Palm ability itself to apply it. If you had to do that, it would be impossible. So you see here, I got one guy. I know exactly where he's at, and I just gotta go right out to him. He's in that door, and it's like literally just one guy in a room. It's gonna be really obnoxious, but just keep playing that RNG, and you should be good. But there it is, mastery completion for the monk. That was actually my 4th one, so now I have all 4 monk set dungeons done. All right, guys. I hope this video helps you get mastery for Ulianas. If you like this video, hit the like button. For more gaming content, hit the subscribe button. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.